Hello, hi. Today is Saturday, the 15th of March 2025, and it's bound to be a louder neighborhood at this weekend because of the number of cars passing by, uh, and the passengers are ready to party. So before things get really deafening, I would like to say thank you first to May. This is actually her Christmas gift to me. Thank you, girl. Thank you to my youngest daughter for this nice dress shirt. And she told me in no uncertain term, Mama, I did not buy you a fake, a fake branded dress. So thank you, May. And today is Saturday, right? And last night, I don't think there is a greater number of Filipinos who did not wait out the pre-trial hearing in The Hague, where our former President Digong Duterte, was on trial. So it is fascinating to compare the similarities and the differences of how local courts and the ICC, the International Criminal Court, the similarities and the differences. So I don't think the Dutch will outnumber the number of Filipinos who are tuning in and watching their country from the Philippines, The Hague. And I just want to share some realizations that I have with regards to that trial. And somewhat, it brings out certain realities that I am applying to my own situation, to our own situation. Like, in the shoulders of the former president, of course, is the national aspiration and the national interest. So nobody will begrudge the president for invoking the national interest and the aspirations that he had. That's why he was elected to the highest office in the land. So it will now boil down to the nitty-gritty details, because the motherhood statements will not be the arena for the defense and for the prosecution. So, the motherhood statements, like, it will not be, our former president will not be able to put up the defense like, I did everything to protect my country. So it will not fly. In the same way that the prosecutors of the ICC will not condemn him for being a patriot, for being for holding on to the Filipino interest first, protecting the the youth. Like, he was known to have the war against drugs, right? So all the blanket statements will now give way to the nitty-gritty details. I realized that because there is a coming notices and a coming sharing of information, comparing records, comparing data with regards the cause of action that I have asked. I bring out the similarity because I do not. It's not to play up the grandeur or the grandness of that case, the criminal court and the formal inquiry of what data am I standing on, what data are the banks standing on, and the data that a company in New York will be standing on, and the mediation on like the system that should have released the income to yours truly. So it's the nitty-gritty details. And you know what? I realized that no matter how grand, no matter how the dispute or the conflict, the court case, no matter how, how high the official is, how prominent is the one being litigated, it will all boil down to details. The motherhood statement is not a defense and it's not an allegation, but they will come down to data and records. So it's sobering thought actually. So between us, in the inquiry, it is foolish to think that in our level we have on our shoulder the local interest, like, okay, this, I am from Lucena City. It is foolish to speak to them, the system and the IT, the information technology, manning the electronic transfer, because they are the gatekeepers of the electronic transfer, right? So we are the most, there can be no bottom line. We are the the entryway for any elevation, whether this matter will be elevated. We are the primary entrance to any case that can happen. Nevertheless, even though we do not have the public interest or the national interest or the city interest or the provincial interest in our shoulder, because I come from Lucena City and we will be speaking with IT, the information technology, the tellers and the most basic personnel. I don't think it will go beyond, the branches, but who knows? One thing is for sure, I cannot invoke national interest, and the IT, the different representatives of the financial institution cannot also invoke national interest. So whether there is a dimension, whether there is an aspect of national interest, patriotism, nationalism, whatever highfalutin and whatever higher aspirations there is, that is so far beyond us. What we can argue would be the dates, the details, what amount had been registered, where did the notices that got to my inbox, to my email. Where did they come from? The receipts. So we are, back to basics. And it is both a relief for that to happen, because we do not have to have the pretension like, you know what, being a person who is being regarded as an AI, or pretend to be human when you are just an AI, it serves a local interest. So we do not have to dedicate any time over that, away from the real nitty-gritty details of data and records. So if, for instance, my choice of lifestyle, whether what I bought today is like this, a brand that did not originally come from the Philippines, that I have worn something that can be considered as imported, and that can be taken against my nationalism, that can be taken against my interest, my character, like you do not have the right to buy anything beyond 300 pesos, for instance. Like, for this person, everything must come down to a panel whether it will be granted to her or not, and this is all in line with the national interest. Where will that kind of argument come from, right? So it will not have a list, there will not be any kind of legitimate defensibility if such is the case. Like, okay, the choices of your songs, they do not promote morality, something like that. So will the comparison of a record, or looking for the lost income, will that matter? Can they be spoken or discussed in the same venue? Of course not. So no matter how good intention has been invoked in order to engage someone in the same cause, like a group dynamics. Okay, we're going to do this. It's going to be like some kind of campaign, some kind of effort, so that those who cannot think for themselves, or who do not qualify as human, in order for them to serve an interest above them, they should not be regarded as a person, a human being. They should be regarded as someone subhuman, or a local mascot, or someone who can man the telephone, the Xerox machines, the desk where like foreign tourists can come and wave to them, and hi, I am a lookalike of an AI. I do not have a name, or hi, my name, do not regard my name as important. I am here in the what? I am losing it. Well, actually, it's a sobering realization that I want to share to others who, like me, similarly situated. We do not have the office. We do not have the higher aspiration of a constituent. We can only speak for ourselves. We can only our trustworthiness and our duties. We are duty bound to the like to the job description, to the basic law and order, to the basic obedience to law and to the mandate of the office. So we do not have, we cannot invoke patriotism, nationalism, we cannot invoke national interest, we cannot invoke all the things that even our former president would have to come down to face the details of the national interest, the national aspiration. So today, the 15th of March, 2025, this is me, and I have this, I am reminded of the legal notices that I had run as an ad, as a notice in the judicial and legal notices here in the city of Lucena for local dissemination. So I have the affidavit, notarized affidavit of the publication to that effect, and it is going to be the same right now with the posters and the ads of yours truly, not only here, so that ticket, any local show, any local event can also be part of a fundraising abroad. And this will be a test case whether the legitimacy of yours truly can be a cause. And in the last months or so, due to personal decisions, I cannot, on my own, be a stakeholder of something that needs to acknowledge another person, another family with whom they are affected parties also. So as we try to navigate the numbers, the dates, different data, I will be saying for the record that I am not the only stakeholder, that I am not the only affected person if the data will not be accurate, and that there will be others who will come out as claiming to be the real stakeholders by the virtue of their action. They may not be as explicit as I am, but through their actions, they may be invoking the the relationship or the legal position that belong to someone else. That's why it will not just be a local jurisdiction. So hopefully, I can also discuss this in our local Tagalog, where I can, explain it more effectively, and that I can communicate the seriousness and calendar that I have subscribed to. And so that we can eliminate the the talking points that will not really fly. So for now, this is your truly Clarice T.